Day 17.
Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Day 17 of the Colonel's Journal, coming to you from Eco. As some of you have kind of noticed already, this series has turned out to be a chef's experiences of the end of the world while building themselves quite magnificent houses. I'm sure it's not missed the attention of several of you that this is Day 17 and not in fact Day 16, which is where we should be up to, but on the 16th day the Colonel did rest. And there's a little more of that coming up, because to be honest, while we have a good server population going on, what we also have is not an awful lot to do. Certainly from the chefing perspective, I've built the houses that I set out to build, and I've got a healthy amount of food in ready supply for the hard-working men and women of Bad Company who are taking care of business in preparing our fight back for the asteroid. We've got electricity now. I've got, tremendous looking buildings. I mean, all that would remain for me to do now really would be to continue working on the island overall. But look at this lot. How pretty is this? This is some fine looking architecture I've got going on there. But anyway, in today's big story, Carlton Ace has turned up with a brand new piece of kit to fix to the top of the largest of my buildings, and it's quite a significant piece of kit because it represents a major leap forward in our capability of being able to stop the impending end of the world. Have you guessed what it is yet? No? Okay, well, if you can't read the chat, basically he's brought me a laser. I'm going to put a laser on my roof. I'm putting a laser on the roof. I'm not entirely sure if there's a recipe I can make using a laser on the roof, but I'll tell you one thing for certain, and that is that it's going to be curtains for any asteroids who want to try it on in the near future. So stick around, and we're going to stick a laser on my roof. Yes, this is a monumentous occasion because it means that we're getting pretty close now to being able to defeat the meteor and all of its evil minions. I don't think it has got any evil minions. But the first thing to do is to actually prep the house to make sure that Carlton can conduct his highly important and technical work up on our rooftop. I'm going to be in attendance largely to dig out a bit of the roof so that he can stick it up there. But it makes sense to place the laser in the primary building in town. I know it's only a recent building and I'm not really using it for anything, but it is arguably the finest construction ever seen by any of the townsfolk, and it is certainly the tallest. So sticking a laser on the roof here is an absolutely grand idea, even though I say so myself, and we'll eventually deck it out with a suitable amount of seating and spectating area so that people can... I think he might have got a bit stuck. This is something I found when I put this building together, is that you can get a little bit snagged trying to get up the top of the stairs, because it's not very tall up here. So if I just dump this brick off here, and then we'll get the wall out of the way. It's currently serving as the homestead for my latrine. Not that I need it, of course. I've been stopped up for weeks. It's more a case that by enclosing it in a single room, you gain some skill point experience. I bet you never knew that about your lavatory. But anyway, so we're going to try and figure out the best place to put this, which is obviously going to be on the roof, and hopefully in a centralish location so that it looks pretty good when it's up there. I have to go and check the authorization again. I was pretty sure I said it's a public, but you never know for sure. Right, let's... where is he? This is in alphabetical order. He's got... There we are. Smashing. That's that done. For some reason that eludes me, I've left Pixelator with the ability to interfere with my property, but that's often because he's flitting in and out on road building missions. and thus far, or certainly as far as I'm aware, thus far, he hasn't been stealing anything. But as a Dutchman, I would imagine that he's been coveting my pancakes pretty significantly. That's a fairly harmless Dutch kind of stereotype going on there, but according to the Dutch members of Bad Company, that's perfectly acceptable. Anyway, while I tinker around with the roof here, I thought I'd give you a special recipe to celebrate this special day. Since it is a special day, and the recipe in question actually comes in two parts. I know you're really going to have to have your wits about you in order to get the most out of this one, but it also reveals the answer to a question that has been posed time and time again since the early weeks in this series. So brace yourselves, and we'll get to work immediately. So today we're going to be making the Crimson Salad. Very high in vitamin content is the Crimson Salad, and you're going to be doing this in the kitchen. So the application of fire is entirely optional. However, I recommend against it. The first thing you're going to need in order to make this work is some infused oil. So this is the first part of the recipe, and the infused oil is made up of oil. Not the type that comes out of the ground, the sort that you've previously hewn from all kinds of natural resources. And once you've got some oil, you're then going to want to grab your huckleberry extract that we've made previously. We're going to infuse the oil with huckleberry extract, which makes for huckleberry oil there. Now, once you've got your infused oil, you're going to want to add to that some of the basic salads that you've made previously out of various shoots and leaves that are just lying around the place, and then add some beets and then some tomatoes, which are now back in free supply. I think we can all breathe a magnificent sigh of relief that the tomato is no longer in jeopardy. Now look at that. That's a bit of laser going on there. That's not bad. Is that in the middle of the roof? Feels like it's the middle. No, it's almost the middle of the roof isn't going to cut it. We need the middle of the roof or go home. So move it around a bit, and we'll see if we can't improve on that. Anyway, as I was saying, once you've gathered your ingredients together, whiz them up some. I suggest using a technical term like zhuzh. Give your ingredients a bit of a zhuzh to get the maximum effect out of them, and then once you've done that, give it a moment or two, and bada bing, you've got yourself your Crimson Salad, infused as it is with the oil of the huckleberry extract, beets, tomatoes, and a basic salad as well. Highly nutritious, and it uses an awful lot of ingredients. So you should probably charge for that around the same amount as a small house, because any less than that, and you're doing yourself a disservice. There we go. There's my laser. Look, that's there. That's in place. That's happening. And quite a spectacular view we've got going on as well, has to be said. Now then, what are we currently missing? So we need a bit more power. So we need a grand total of, my understanding is that we need 20 some odd thousand power in total. And we're currently hoovering up quite a lot of it by running the electrical circuits for nighttime with the furiosity that we are doing at the moment in order to keep the place fully lit. So we're going to want to enhance the power grid, but it is pleasing to see that we've actually got the laser up. We've got 3 more to get placed, and I'm sure they're going to be equally well distributed throughout the town. And once that's done, we'll take a quick look around and see exactly where they are. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, where we've got further adventures to be happening, but as you can tell, we are well on schedule to defeat the menace once and for all. I've been Colonel Failure. Why not throw a like at this one if you enjoyed it? I'll be back tomorrow. Cheerio.